I was never the type of man to make a scene. So when my wife, Karen, looked me straight in the eye across the dinner table and said, "Sometimes I just wish you'd vanish," something inside me shattered, quietly, completely. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I simply stood, calm as ever, and walked out of the house we had built from nothing. My keys stayed on the counter. I took only my wallet and a weathered duffel bag. No farewell, no anger, no explanation, just the heavy silence of something ending. For a decade, I had poured every ounce of myself into keeping her happy. Long work hours, abandoned ambitions, putting her needs before mine every single time. I'd ignored the warning signs, the subtle distance, the cool silences, the way her eyes stopped lighting up when I entered a room. Her words that night were the final nail. She didn't love me anymore. Maybe she expected me to fight for her or fall apart. But I was finished. She wished I'd disappear, so I did. I went far, 3 states away, and left everything behind. I changed my name and found work as a carpenter, something I'd once loved but had set aside for the job she wanted me to keep. I chose a simpler life, a quiet town, no past, no history. For the first time in years, I could breathe. I cut off contact entirely, no calls to friends, no messages to family. I let myself fade from the world I knew. Over time, I built something new, a small cabin tucked by the woods, a workshop filled with the scent of fresh-cut wood. I started making handcrafted furniture, slowly earning the trust and respect of the locals. Here, I wasn't someone's husband or someone's disappointment. I was just a quiet man who worked with his hands and wanted nothing more. 7 years slipped by. I told myself I never thought about Karen, that I didn't care where she was or who she was with. Maybe she had married the man I'd long suspected was around before I left. And then one day, she stepped into my shop. Her clothes were expensive but creased from travel. Her face was older, yes, but her eyes carried a weariness no sleep could fix. She stopped when she saw me. "Michael," she breathed. My old name, a name I hadn't heard in years. "You're alive." I didn't move. My arms stayed folded, my face unreadable, though my heart pounded in my chest. She broke down instantly, no quiet tears, but deep, wrenching sobs. She collapsed to her knees right there on the wooden floor, shaking and gasping for air. "I'm sorry," she cried. "I searched for you for years. I thought you were dead. I filed reports, went to therapy. I destroyed my life trying to find you." Her voice cracked. "I didn't mean what I said. I was angry, bitter. I never thought you'd actually leave." When I finally spoke, my voice was steady. "But I did leave. And I didn't come back." Her eyes searched mine. "Please, just let me explain. Let me try to make it right." I drew in a slow breath. "There's nothing to fix. You told me to disappear. So I did. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't flinch." My healing had been done years earlier, alone, in nameless motel rooms, along forest paths, in the stillness of places no one knew me. She was only beginning her pain now, but it was no longer mine to carry. Eventually, she stood, wiping her tear-streaked face with trembling hands. "Do you hate me?" I paused. "No. I just don't feel anything anymore." She nodded faintly, the weight of my words sinking in. Then she turned and walked out, just as I once had. I watched her go. She wasn't the woman I used to know, only a stranger with a ghost in her eyes. When the door closed behind her, I turned back to my workbench, picked up my chisel, and kept carving.